Now we're going to do a hang strip application. Note that we've taken the panels out of the box and protected them from the wall, protected the wall from the panels, using our foam from our packaging. Here we have our frames laid out, so it'll be easier for us to install. First, what we'll do is we'll grab the left side and we'll put it in the left side of the window. We'll shim the frame into the opening until it's even. Then what we'll do is we'll line up our hinge barrels with the wall, lining up the back of the hinge barrel flush with the wall. This will allow our panels to be flush with the wall when they're installed. Now that they're even up and down, and the panels will be flush to the wall, we can go ahead and insert our first screw. We'll insert the first screw into the pre-drilled hole and tighten it. Then we'll do the bottom. Insert the bottom screw and tighten it. Now we'll go ahead and repeat the same thing for the right side. Again, we'll use our shim. We'll even the frame into the window, up and down, and we'll make sure that the back of the hinge barrel is flush with the wall. Once that's done, we can now insert the top screw into the top pre-drilled hole and tighten it to the wall. And we'll do the same thing down below, making sure that the back of our hinge barrel is flush with the wall. And now we're ready to put the panels into the window. Now that the frames are secured evenly into the window, we can start by putting our panels up. Take the left panel, place it into the window and onto the hinges. Now we can insert our hinge pins. You may have to move the panel around so that the hinge pin fits in flush. And do the same with the right. Always start with the left panel because that allows you to install the right panel without having to open the opposite panel. Again, place the panel onto the hinges and the hinge pin into the hinge barrel. Do the same for top and the bottom. Okay, now we can check to see if they're even. We need to do a little adjusting. Where do we adjust it from? Well, let's take a step back to look to see how much room we have on the right and on the left and on the top and bottom. In this case, we're pretty even in this panel. This panel can come down a little bit, and it needs to do so. So, you have adjustments on the panel itself that will allow you to adjust up and down. On the frame, you have adjustments that will allow you to adjust side to side. In this particular case, we'll adjust the panel up and down. We know we need to move down approximately 1/8 of an inch. So what you can do is you can mark the panel about 1/8 of an inch above the hinge, leaf here, loosen the screws, holding the panel, loosen the screws, and then you can drop the panel to where we need to be there, and tighten the screws, and then check it. You may need to adjust further. Now that the panels are even across the top and across the bottom, and all of the reveals are the same, we can now insert the lock screw on all the hinges. Place the screw inside the locking hole on the hinge. Pre-drilling is recommended. And repeat that for all of the screws on the window. Now that all the screws are installed into the hinges and all the screws are installed into the frames, we can now install the inserts. We'll simply pick up the inserts, place them in the window, Place each one in its frame and using a white rubber mallet, gently tap it in. And we'll do the same on the left. Now that all the inserts are installed, we can now install the light blocks. Before we install the light blocks, we'll make sure that our inserts are even into the frame. And this can be done by simply raising up the insert with your knife. Now that that's complete, we can install our light blocks. Again, making sure that the front of the light block is flush with the front of the frame. We'll start by installing the left and then the right. This will allow you to have movement in the light block. Now we close our panel, make sure our panel is flush with the wall, holding our light block back here. We can open the panel and secure the light block. And we'll do the same thing for the top. We'll simply put it in the window, make sure it's flush with the frame. We'll secure the left side and the right. Now, again, we'll check the panel, making sure it's flush with the wall, holding down the light block, tight, open the panel so the light block doesn't move on you, and secure the middle. Once all the nail holes are filled, you can close your panels. The installation of the hang strip opening is complete.